Did you know that one of the most sought-after collectible quarters in American numismatics looks like an ordinary coin you might find in your pocket right now? The 1966 Washington quarter with no mint mark might just be hiding in your change, and it could be worth far more than 25 cents. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, value, and collectible secrets of this iconic piece of American currency. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Welcome to the channel, coin enthusiasts. If you're passionate about American coins and want to learn the insider tips that help you spot rare treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring the 1966 Washington quarter no mint mark, a coin with an intriguing backstory and collector appeal that continues to grow decades after it was minted. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, its classic obverse features Washington's profile, a design so enduring it's still in use today with minor modifications. By 1966, the United States Mint was in the middle of a major transition. Due to the rising cost of silver, quarters minted from 1965 through 1970 no longer contained any silver. These coins were made from a clad composition of copper and nickel, marking a significant shift in coinage materials. The 1966 Washington quarter is part of this no-silver era. But unlike quarters minted in other years, the 1966 issues carry no mint mark at all. Why? Because from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped using mint marks on quarters and dimes to discourage coin collectors from hoarding coins during a coin shortage. So, all quarters from Philadelphia during these years have no mint mark. While the 1966 quarter might look ordinary, it's a popular collectible for several reasons. Historical context. It represents a unique period in U.S. coinage history when mint marks were temporarily removed. Condition. Rarity. Many of these quarters were heavily circulated, so finding one in near mint or uncirculated condition can be quite rare and valuable. Collector. Demand. Collectors seek to complete date sets of Washington quarters, especially the no mint mark years, making these coins a hot commodity in the market. Prices for a 1966 quarter in average, circulated condition typically hover around face value. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, can command prices from $5 to $30 or more, depending on condition and eye appeal. Like many coins, the 1966 Washington quarter has some interesting variations and error coins that can boost value significantly. Double die obverse, DDO. Some 1966 quarters show doubling on the obverse, especially noticeable on Liberty or In God We Trust. These double die errors are prized by collectors. Die cracks and cuds look for unusual raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. These die errors occurred during the minting process and are collectible. Clad layering errors. Occasionally, coins will show separation of the copper-nickel layers or odd coloration spots. These errors are rare and often fetch a premium. If you come across any 1966 quarters exhibiting these characteristics, it's worth getting a professional opinion or grading for verification. If you want to add the 1966 Washington quarter no mint mark coin to your collection, here are some key tips. Identification. Remember, no mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia during 1965-1967. Check for sharp detail, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle on the reverse, as sharper details indicate less wear. Condition. Matters. Aim for coins with minimal scratches, no discoloration, and full luster. Even slight circulation damage can reduce value significantly. Storage. Use acid-free coin holders or hard plastic slabs to protect your quarters from environmental damage like moisture, dirt, and handling. Professional grading. For high-value coins, consider submitting them to grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Graded coins typically sell for more due to guaranteed authenticity and condition. The 1966 Washington Quarter No Mint Mark coin is a fascinating slice of American history and a rewarding find for any collector. Whether you're just starting your coin journey or looking to deepen your knowledge, understanding the stories behind these coins adds real value, both financially and historically. 1979 Washington Quarter with a small D under the date could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. What most people think is just spare change might be a hidden treasure sitting in your pocket or coin jar. Today, we're diving into one of the most overlooked collectible coins in America, the 1979 D Washington Quarter, and revealing the secrets that make it valuable to collectors across the country. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1979, the coin was already a familiar face in everyone's pockets. But that year, particularly the Denver Mint issue, would later become one of special interest to numismatists. The 1979 Washington Quarter struck at the Denver Mint carries the D Mint mark right under the year on the obverse side. While millions were minted, over 489 million to be exact, not all are created equal. Some rare varieties and minting errors have caught the attention of collectors, making this coin far more exciting than it might appear at first glance. Most 1979 D quarters in circulation are only worth face value. However, exceptional condition, unique errors, and rare varieties can skyrocket the price. Here are a few things that make these quarters valuable. Mint state condition, MS65 or higher. Coins with no wear, strong luster, and full details can fetch $20 to $50 or more. In MS67 condition, the price can jump to over $500, and the highest graded specimens can reach well into the thousands at auction. Full strike and strong details. Collectors pay a premium for coins with sharply struck hairlines on Washingtons. Portrait and well-defined eagle feathers on the reverse. Low population in high grades. Out of the hundreds of millions minted, only a small number survive in pristine condition, making them highly sought after. Now let's talk about what really gets collectors excited: errors and varieties. Keep an eye out for these: double die obverse, DDO. Look closely at the date, lettering, or Washington's eye. If you see doubling, especially on In God We Trust or Liberty, you may have a valuable DDO, off-center strike. If the design is not properly aligned, say, struck 5% to 20% off-center, it could bring in $100 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is. Clipped planche. These are coins that were struck on incomplete metal blanks. They often have a crescent-shaped clip and can be worth $50 to $150 repunched mint mark, RPM. A D-mint mark that looks doubled or stamped twice in different positions is another valuable variety that can fetch up to $100 or more, always. Inspect your 1979 D quarters under good lighting and magnification, because these small details can make a huge difference in value. Here are some quick tips if you're trying to collect or evaluate 1979 D quarters. Look for uncirculated rolls. Sometimes, banks and old coin rolls contain untouched quarters from the late 70s. It's worth searching them. Use grading guides. Familiarize yourself with grading standards from PCGS or NGC to understand how your coin ranks. Storage matters. Use acid-free holders, coin flips, or hard plastic cases to avoid damage from moisture, dirt, or oils from your fingers. Never clean your coins. Cleaning can ruin the surface and dramatically reduce value, even on otherwise rare pieces. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if that ordinary-looking quarter might be worth more than just 25 cents? What if I told you that a 1984 Washington quarter with a simple D mint mark could be hiding a secret, one that collectors across the U.S. are hunting for? Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1984 D Washington quarter, a coin that has fascinated numismatists with its surprising errors, unique history, and growing collector demand. So don't spend that change just yet. It could be worth far more than you think. The 1984 D Washington Quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first U.S. President, George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features Washington's profile, while the reverse displays a majestic bald eagle with spread wings perched on a bundle of arrows. In 1984, these quarters were struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse. While this may seem like just another quarter from the 1980s, collectors know that the 1984 D has a few tricks up its sleeve. On the surface, the 1984 D Washington Quarter is a common coin. Over 546 million were minted, but not all of them were created equal. What gives certain 1984 D quarters value is a combination of condition, rarity, and known mint errors. For instance, quarters in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can fetch a premium. A sharply struck example with original luster and minimal contact marks can sell for $15 to $40, and in some rare cases, especially in grades MS67, values can rise to over $300. But that's not all. Error coins from this year are what truly excite collectors. One of the most sought-after errors on the 1984 D quarter is the double die obverse, DDO. While it's not as dramatic as the famous 1955 Lincoln cent, some 1984 D quarters show noticeable doubling on the lettering, particularly on "In God We Trust and Liberty." Coins with clear doubling can be worth $100 or more, depending on the severity and condition. Another valuable error to watch for is an off-center strike, where the coin's design is not properly aligned. These can vary in price based on how off-center. The strike is, a 10% off-center strike might be worth $30, but a 50% off-center coin with a full date can go for $100 to $200 or more. Keep an eye out also for clipped planchet errors, where a piece of the coin appears cut off or missing. These types of minting mistakes are rare and can add significant value to your quarter. If you're lucky enough to find a 1984 D Washington Quarter in your change, here's what to look for. Check the condition. Coins in better condition always carry more value. Look for minimal scratches, full details, and good luster. Inspect for errors. Use a 10x magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look closely at the date, lettering, and edge. Store properly. Keep high-quality or error coins in a protective coin flip or airtight capsule to avoid tarnishing. Get it graded. If you believe you have a high-value error or mint state example, consider getting it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These small steps can preserve your coin's value and even increase its market appeal if you ever decide to sell. The 1984 D Washington Quarter might not seem extraordinary at first glance, but hidden gems like these prove that history and hidden value can be found in the most ordinary places. So next time you get change at the store, take a closer look. That quarter in your hand might just be a collector's treasure. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and follow us for daily updates on rare and valuable U.S. coins. Who knows? Your next great find could be just a video away. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if you're holding on to a small fortune? Well, if you've got a 1990 Washington Quarter with a D mint mark, don't spend it just yet, because some of these coins are worth far more than 25 cents. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this is one quarter you don't want to overlook. Let's uncover the history, the value, the rare errors, and the secrets behind the 1990 D Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, The coin became a permanent fixture in American currency. Fast forward to 1990, a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning from older coin production processes to more modern methods. The Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark, produced over 927 million Washington quarters that year. So at first glance, it might seem like the 1990 D isn't rare. But when it comes to coin collecting, rarity doesn't always mean low mintage. It's about condition, demand, and hidden variations. Here's why the 1990 D quarter is gaining traction among collectors. It's the last decade of the original eagle reverse before the U.S. Mint introduced the state quarters in 1999. That gives it historical appeal, marking the end of an era. But more importantly, high-grade examples of this coin are surprisingly hard to find in circulation. Most 1990 D quarters have been worn down from heavy use. However, coins graded MS-67 and above, that's mint state with almost no imperfections, can sell for $30 to $100 or more at auctions. And if you come across one with a special error, that's where things get even more interesting. Here are a few valuable errors and variations to look for in the 1990 D Washington quarter off-center strike. If the design is noticeably misaligned, especially by 10% or more, you could be looking at a 100-plus coin, double die obverse DDO. Though rare for this year, always check Washington's profile and the word Liberty for doubling effects. Clipped planche, a quarter with a DA, missing edge due to a minting error can be worth several times its face value. Weak strike or missing mint mark. In rare cases, weak strikes or mint mark errors slip through quality control. Always inspect your coins under magnification. Remember, error coins must be authenticated by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC to realize their full market value. So how can you identify and protect your 1990 D Washington quarter? Start by checking the mint mark. It's located on the obverse front of the coin to the right of Washington's ponytail. A clear, bold D means it was minted in Denver. Inspect the condition. The less wear and tear, the higher the E. Gray dot coins with strong luster, no scratches, and sharp details are far more valuable. Use a magnifier to look for doubling, die cracks, or planche issues. Store your coins properly. Avoid touching them with bare hands. Use soft cotton gloves and store them in coin flips, acid-free holders, or airtight capsules. And most importantly, get your coins graded if you believe they may be rare or high quality. Even a single well-preserved 1990 D quarter in mint condition can be a powerful addition to your collection or your wallet. Outrow and call to action, 4:30, 5. So the next time you're going through your spare change, remember, a 1990 D Washington quarter could be more than just pocket change. It might be a hidden treasure. Did you know that a 1995 Washington quarter with a tiny D under the date could be worth far more than its face value? This common-looking coin is hiding in plain sight, and some variations can fetch serious money from collectors. Whether you found one in your pocket or you're hunting through rolls, this coin might just surprise you. So what makes the 1995 D Washington quarter such an appealing find? Stay tuned as we uncover the value, rare varieties, and essential collecting tips that every coin enthusiast should know. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, introduced to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the decades, its design has become iconic, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse and the American eagle on the reverse. By 1995, the Washington quarter was still using the original design by John Flanagan, but we were just 4 years away from the state quarters program, which began in 1999 and reshaped coin collecting in America. The coin we're focusing on today, the 1995 D Washington quarter, was minted in Denver, Colorado, and carries the D mint mark right below the year on the front of the coin. It was struck in massive numbers, over 1.1 billion coins to be exact. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite its large mintage, the 1995 D Washington quarter can still be valuable under certain conditions. High-grade coins, those preserved in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, can fetch $10 and $20 or even more, especially if they've been graded MS-67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC. What truly excites collectors, though, are error coins and rare varieties. One of the most sought-after error types is the off-center strike, where part of the coin's design is missing because it was not properly centered during minting. Another variation is the clipped planche, where a small crescent-shaped portion of the coin is missing due to a blank cutting error. Also, look out for double die errors, although less common on the 1995 D quarter than on other denominations. Like the penny, any doubling of the date or lettering can raise its value significantly. Even coins with strong luster, full details, and no contact marks can command attention among serious collectors. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 1995 D quarter? Tip number 1. Always check the coin under bright lighting and, if possible, with a magnifying glass. Look closely for mint errors, doubling, off-center strikes, or missing details. Tip number 2. Check the condition. If the coin has a mirror-like surface, sharp details, and no scratches or wear, you might have a high-grade specimen. Tip number 3. Avoid cleaning your coin. Even if it looks dirty, cleaning it can reduce its value drastically in the eyes of collectors and grading companies. Tip number 4. Store it properly. Use a coin flip, capsule, or an acid-free holder to keep it safe from oxidation and damage. A well-preserved coin can increase in value over time. If you're lucky enough to find one in pristine condition, or better yet with an error, get it graded. Grading not only authenticates the coin, but can significantly increase its resale value. In a sea of billions, your 1995 D Washington quarter might just be the treasure hiding in your change jar or coin roll. Keep your eyes open and always examine your coins carefully. You never know what piece of numismatic history you might be holding. That's right. One of the most common coins in your change jar might just be a hidden treasure, but only if you know what to look for. From rare mint errors to collector-worthy conditions, the 1998 P Washington quarter has secrets that most people overlook until it's too late. Today, we're uncovering the hidden value of this coin. And trust me, you'll want to check your pocket change after this. In this video, we're diving deep into the 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark, minted in Philadelphia. We'll explore its history, what makes it valuable, how to spot rare errors, and tips every serious collector should know. So let's flip this coin and begin. The Washington quarter has been an American classic since 1932, originally designed by John Flanagan to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1998, the quarter had already seen decades of circulation, but this year was special. It marked the final year before a major design change. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, completely revamping the reverse side of the coin. That makes the 1998 Washington quarter the last of the original design. A key reason collectors pay close attention to it. It serves as a symbolic end of an era, and coins marking transitions like these are often sought after. The P mint mark on the 1998 quarter means it was minted in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 896 million of these coins. So yes, they're common in circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just the mint mark or the date that matters. It's the errors, conditions, and unique varieties that make some of these coins far more valuable than their face value. Here are some 1998 P quarter errors and varieties that collectors are paying real money for. Double die obverse, DDO. Look closely at the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If the letters appear slightly doubled, you could have a DDO, and these can fetch $50 to $200 or more, depending on condition. Off-center strikes. A quarter that's struck off-center, where part of the design is missing, can be worth $100 or higher, especially if the date is still visible. Clipped planchet errors. These happen when a coin is struck on a miscut blank, resulting in a curved clip. Collectors love these, and they often sell for $30 to $100 depending on size and condition. High-grade MS-67 or better, even a normal 1998 P quarter can be valuable if it's in pristine condition. A coin-graded MS-67 or MS-68 by PCGS can sell for $300 to $1,000 or more, especially if it's lustrous and well-struck. If you're new to coin collecting or just want to evaluate your 1998 quarters, here are a few collector tips. Use a magnifying glass. Errors like doubling or die cracks can be subtle. Invest in a good loupe or digital microscope. Check the fields and devices. Look for strong strikes, clean fields, the flat areas, and minimal contact marks. Store properly. If you find a valuable quarter, store it in a coin flip or an airtight capsule. Keep it away from moisture, heat, and friction. Avoid cleaning your coins. Never polish or clean collectible coins. It can reduce their value significantly. Get it graded. If you suspect you found a rare error or a high-grade specimen, consider sending it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. The 1998 P Washington quarter might be a common coin at first glance, but with the right eye and a little bit of knowledge, it could be a hidden gem in your collection. So before you spend that next quarter, take a second look. You might just be holding history, or a $100 coin, in the palm of your hand. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to discover the next rare coin hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching Rare Coins World, where every coin has a story.